This is me last week. Now, this is me where it all began 2 years ago. As you guys can see, I've made a significant amount of progress and results. In this video, I'm going to teach you what I did to get here. This is mostly going to be focused on the gym aspect of things and just the things that I've worked towards to sculpt the physique that I have now. And at the end of this video, you guys are going to understand what I did to get to this point and how you can apply these methods to yourself and get there yourself. I'm going to start off in the gym talking about the different types of muscles that I work on, and I'm going to give you some of the best exercises that you can incorporate into your routine. So let's start off with the workout. For the workout, you want to pick a routine that works best for you, that you can repeat many times, day in, day out, and through multiple weeks and months. This routine needs to be enjoyable to you. It needs to be tailored to your lifestyle schedule, your work schedule, your kids, anything in your life. This routine needs to be able to seamlessly fit into your life. Again, you need to enjoy this routine. So let's start off with your shoulders. For shoulders, you want to be including shoulder press. You want to be including lateral raises. What this is going to do for your physique is you're going to grow the shoulders, obviously. Now, the big portion of a physique, one of the most important pillars of a physique is your shoulders, because this is the widening part of your physique. This is where your physique gets that roundedness to it. So shoulder press is going to bulk up your entire shoulder. It's going to obviously make you appear as you're more broad, which you will be from growing your shoulders naturally. And lateral raises are going to be growing your side delts, which is again going to give you that capped look to your shoulders, the cap that you look for. This is going to be one of the biggest pieces of your physique. So for shoulders, you want to do those two exercises. Next is chest, guys. Bench press. Bench press is the best exercise you need to do. So you need to be focusing on all compound movements. Every exercise, every day that you hit a certain muscle, you need to be hitting compound movements. So for chest, you want to be hitting bench press. You want to be doing flat bench press. You want to be doing incline bench press. Those two combined are going to work hand in hand. They're going to grow your chest. The chest is going to give you that plated armor look. When you're wearing a shirt, the chest is going to pop. Your pecs are going to pop. And these are the two best exercises because they're very easy to get stronger at and overload and work every week. So that your flat bench press is going to work your lower chest and your mid chest, and the upper chest is going to be hit when you do the incline bench press. You need to do both of these in tandem, because if you only do flat and you don't do incline, you're going to have a different kind of look. You need to have a full chest. When you work your upper chest, you'll notice it's going to have a little more pop to it than just having a big chest. When you work the upper chest and incline, it's going to have a bigger pop to it. So it's important you do both of these exercises together. Next is going to be your core, your abs. Focus on movements that cause your abs to expand and retract. You see a lot of routines online telling you to do planks, telling you to do fast 5-minute routines to grow abs. Guys, the abs, the core, is just another muscle. But they need to be stretched and put under resistance. Just like you stretch your arms in a bicep curl, you want to be stretching your abs. So leg raises. If you could do leg raises on a bar, that's the hardest one to do. If you could do it on the floor, if you could do it on a hanging Bosu ball where you hold your arms like this and swing your legs up, you want your abs to contract and retract. That's how to grow the six pack. That's it. That's all you need to do. As for your obliques, I personally believe you don't want to train your obliques. For this physique that you want, you're most likely looking for a V taper physique. And the thing with the obliques is when you train them, it's going to bulk up your waist. So the V taper is the appearance of having a slim waist to wide shoulders, broad shoulders to slim waist. And if this is the physique that you are looking for, you're going to want to do minimal to no training on your obliques. So if you do want to train it a little bit, only do body weight. Don't add resistance. If you grow the muscle, you're going to get a little bit of a bulkier waist. If you do want to do it, then by all means, you can do it. You can feel free to do that. It's your body. But my personal opinion, I don't train my obliques. I used to, but I don't train it anymore simply because I don't want to get that thicker waist look. I want to have the V taper. Next thing is arms. Let's start off with biceps. Bicep curls. You can do bicep curls with dumbbells. You can do it with cable machines. You can do it with a seated machine. The key is You want to focus on, just like everything else, getting stronger, keeping good form, and giving your bicep the biggest possible stretch that it can be under. Put it under the biggest possible stretch. You want to have a good range of motion when doing bicep curls. These are going to grow your biceps. You never see anyone with big biceps who doesn't curl a lot of weight. You need to work on curls, get stronger at curls. You need to put on weight slowly, keeping good form, but you want to be getting stronger. That's the key. Secondly, is triceps. Don't neglect your triceps, guys. This is something that I did. When we think of big arms, we think of biceps only. Triceps are actually bigger than the biceps, and having big biceps and not as big triceps, your arms are not going to look as big as they could be, as big as you want them to be. They're not going to look even. So you want to train your triceps. My personal opinion, the best tricep exercise is going to be tricep push downs. I use a cable machine with an attachment. You can also use a seated machine. You can also do the same movement with dumbbells. It's just about getting that movement, and the same thing, you want to be getting a nice big stretch. When you combine that together, a nice big stretch, that's where all the gains come from. Again, get stronger, use progressive overload. Let's briefly talk about things like forearms. A lot of people do forearm curls and forearm training. My personal opinion, guys, I didn't start with big forearms. My forearms grew from other movements. My forearms grew from training curls directly. I never did any forearm exercises ever. My forearms grew personally from the tension of other muscles. It indirectly grew my forearms. So my personal opinion, if you're training curls and you're getting stronger at curls, your forearms are going to grow with your biceps. Your forearms are a part of the movement, so they're going to grow together. But if you want, you can put in some forearm curls, and there's other exercises out there that I'm not necessarily going to cover. The next very important, second most important part of your physique, in this perfect physique, is going to be your back. Your back is going to give your back works hand in hand with your shoulders and giving you the wide shoulder look, the V taper. You need to have a wide back. And you're going to get these from pull-ups and rows. You need to have pull-ups and rows into your routine. If you can't do a body weight pull-up yet, the goal here is going to be to working towards one. To do that, you're going to be using resistance bands or use the assisted machine where you set the weight and you use the assisted. Again, work to slowly lowering the resistance if you need to until you can do body weight only. And when you can do body weight, you want to keep adding reps. And once you add, I'm going to say 10 to 12 reps, you add weight to the pull-ups. Now, again, pull-ups are going to give you a wide back. And you want to incorporate different types of pull-ups, narrow grip pull-ups, shoulder width. You want to include wide pull-ups. Mix these all together. So pull-ups, and you want to do a form of row. You can do dumbbell rows, barbell rows, machine rows. You want to include rows into this. When you combine pull-ups and rows together, it's going to grow your back. These are the two best movements for back, pull-ups and rows. Now let's talk about the lower body. Let's talk about the legs. This is my personal weakness, and I think it's a personal weakness for a lot of men out there. So you want to be focused on training your quads and your hamstrings, and obviously your calves as well, but the quads and the hamstrings make up the big bulk of your legs. And these will be hit by doing squats and leg press. Squats and leg press will blow up your quads and your hamstrings. They work them both together at the same time. Even though they're opposing muscle groups, they'll work together at the same time. So you want to be hitting squats, leg press, and you can also do leg extensions. Leg extensions mainly work your quads. For hamstrings, if you want to separate it by itself, you're going to want to do deadlifts. Romanian deadlifts are my favorite more than regular deadlifts. And if you don't want to do that, you can do hamstring machine curls where you sit down and basically stretch your hamstrings. Those ones are good too. For calves, the main exercise is calf raises. And if you do this, make sure, guys, don't skip legs because this is a part of your physique. And again, I need to take my own advice on this part. Don't skip legs. At least train it once a week, at least. If you have other priorities with your body, that's okay. But at least go out of your way to make 1 day a week of training towards your legs and your lower body, because it's not good to be a stick man in your legs and you have a big upper body. It doesn't look like the perfect physique. And again, this is something that I'm going to fix in my own routine. Lastly, let's talk again about the V-taper and leanness. That is going to be the absolute most important part in building your perfect physique, because it's not about how much muscle you have, it's how the muscle shows. It's how the muscle pops out of you and is defined. That's what really gives you the physique you're looking for. Like we talked about before, you want to have the V taper. The V taper is going to come from growing your shoulders, getting them big and bulkier and round. It's going to come from having a wide back to give yourself the illusion of a broader frame. And it's going to have a slim waist. And the slim waist is something we haven't talked about yet. And that has to do mostly with diet. This isn't going to be a diet video, but I'm going to tell you, you need to be between to have the best looking V taper and visible abs anywhere from between 15% body fat and under. And that's 15% is about the cutoff. I'm going to say some people with genetics can let you have higher than that, maybe 16. But for most of us, it's going to be 15%. And you'll notice under 15%, you're going to notice major differences in your physique of how you look, more defined. Every percent, you're going to see how much more defined you are. It's crazy. You think only 1% less body fat? I'm telling you, there's a difference. Here's again the picture from about a year ago when I was 205 pounds. I still had a six pack. I still had a good physique with a muscular frame. But as you see, I'm holding a slight bit more body fat than I am in this picture here when I'm now 195 pounds, about 12% body fat. So that's about 3% difference from 195 to 205, about a 3% difference of body fat. But you can see the difference in my physique, how the most recent photo of 195 is a lot more defined. You can see the abs clearly defined. You could see I'm just completely, everything just pops out more in general compared to when I was slightly heavier. And even when you're like this, I'm telling you, you're going to notice small differences. So you want to be between 12 to 15%. This is a range of body fat where it's sustainable to your life, where you don't have to sit here and starve yourself, and it's not hard to maintain. It's very easy to maintain 12 to 15% body fat. If you're eating right, it's very easy to maintain. As long as you're tracking your calories, you can maintain that very easily. That's about it, guys. If you put all these things together, you can have the perfect physique for yourself. Just don't forget the fundamentals. You want to do your training, you want to get stronger at your training, and you want to be at low body fat percentage. With these three things, you're going to build muscle, your muscles are going to pop, and you're going to get that physique that you want. It's not difficult. It just takes time, patience, and hard work. That's all it takes, guys. If you made it to this point in the video, I want to thank you for watching this video, and just know that you can do it. If you got any value in what I said, please consider leaving a comment and subscribe. I really appreciate that. It would help get pushed out to more people, and I have more content coming on the way. I'll be making more motivational content, educational content on how to build a physique and how to eat properly, to how to get to where you want to get to.